Hey guys, this is Fanduel God One on Instagram, Fanduel God One on Twitter. Go follow me if you haven't done so. Today I wanted to show you guys my NFL Week 10 lineup. I hope you guys had a great and fantastic NFL Week 9. I sure did. I just wanted to show you guys how my lineup for the Steelers stack went. So I went basically with Big Ben, D'Angelo Williams, and Antonio Brown. I did show you guys this lineup on my last video, so hopefully you guys went with it. It is one of my highest scoring lineups this year, so it paid off really well. I did score 31,000 Fanduel points on the 4 contests, free roll contests that I entered. So I used the Fanduel points to enter a couple of contests for this week, a couple of $5 contests and a couple of $2 contests with the Fanduel points. So if you guys haven't taken advantage of the Fanduel points free roll contest, go ahead and do that. They're free, and if you place in the top 100, you will win. So as you guys can see, Williams was pretty huge last week with 37 points. Antonio Brown had a breaking record game there with 37 points as well. I went with Crabtree. He had a huge game, 2 touchdowns. Big disappointment for Vernon Davis. Didn't have a catch there for the Broncos, but hopefully we can go ahead and pick some better players this week. So for my main lineup, I'm going with as my quarterback, Matt Castle. He did have a really good game last week against the Eagles. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 24 points, almost 25 points. So I expect that to happen again against the Bucks. It looks like he is finding some receivers. He is having some chemistry with Des Bryant now that he's back, and Bisley, which is one of his favorite targets. So that can continue there against the Bucks. D'Angelo Williams, going back with him against the Browns. Browns have a really bad defense against the run. He is questionable right now, but it looks like he would be okay for Sunday, so I'm going to go ahead and keep him on my lineup in case he doesn't play. I should be able to just bench him and, select another player, another running back. For my other running back, I'm going with Adrian Peterson against the Raiders. Peterson should have a huge game against the Raiders in Oakland. I expect Peterson to score at least 3 touchdowns. He should have at least 3 touchdowns. If he doesn't, I'm never starting Peterson for the rest of the year again on any lineups. So he should have a huge game. Go ahead and pick him up for this week, NFL Week 10. He's a little bit expensive, but he is worth it. I'm also going with the highest price receiver, which is DeAndre Hopkins. He's the number 1 receiver right now in the NFL. Hoyer should be throwing the ball a lot, so he's having some huge games lately. I expect that to continue against the Bengals on Monday night. I'm also going with Jarvis Landry against the Eagles. He is the number 1 receiver for the Dolphins, and they are playing the Eagles, so hopefully he has a big game, steady game there. I'm also going with Brandon LaFell. He is the second option on the Patriots receiving game now that he's back. He had over 100 yards last week, so if he can get a couple of touchdowns against the Giants, we should be good with this lineup. For my tight end, I'm going with Tyler Eifert. He's playing, or Eifert, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but he is playing the Texans, and they're also playing on Monday night, so he should have a big game. He did have a huge game last week against the Browns, 3 touchdowns, so I expect him to get a lot of targets again this week against Houston. For my kicker, I'm going with Cairo Santos. I expect the Chiefs and Broncos to be a low-scoring game there, so Santos should see a lot of action in the field goal range. So for the defense, I'm going with the Cardinals against the Seahawks. I don't really like Russell Wilson. He always finds a way to win, but he does make a couple of mistakes there in the passing game, so he should be throwing some interceptions to the Cardinals, and hopefully they can go ahead and return those 4 touchdowns. That means more points for us. So this is my main lineup, NFL Week 10. If you guys have any questions, if you guys need an extra lineup, if you guys have any comments, any suggestions, go ahead and leave a comment here in the YouTube video. Go ahead and like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, and let's make this money on NFL Week 10.